Hey YouTube, how you doing? So I'm finally here at my 10th post, and this is kind of a bit of a personal goal for me to just get 10 quick posts out onto my YouTube channel, and really just unscripted, no editing for these posts, just to get used to, or let's say get into the flow, and you learn a few things, but really it's those types of things will take a bit of time. So I imagine that my next post will be a little less frequent, but I guess right now I just wanted to talk about what's next, and probably that's going to be the name of this video. But I was thinking about it. I was thinking about YouTube for quite a while, and what it is. It changed, but over the decade and a bit that I've had this channel, I wanted to put a channel together for quite some time, and I'm just getting to it now, and so I guess it's a bit of a personal goal for me to do this. But the whole concept of a YouTube channel, and I kind of treat it in the same way as I would like a regular channel you'd see on cable. You flip to it and you have different programs, different series, and so I'm getting to know a little bit of how YouTube sets up its content, especially when we upload, and we have this option to create playlists, and more particularly to establish series. And so they're pretty much the same thing, except you need a couple more steps to get those series kind of identified. Now I'm early on. I only had I have a handful of subscribers, and a handful of views. So I haven't gotten to the point. Well, first of all, I'm not a partner or anything yet, so that will come in the future, and then YouTube will open up some options to me. I imagine when that happens. So so there I so in the with the concept of having a playlist or a series, I was thinking, I mean, you could organize different posts into different series, and I see other big YouTubers are doing the same, and I'd like to take advantage of that. I think that YouTube is aware of this type of pattern from contributors, and they want us to arrange our materials in that way. So I imagine that people can't just talk about one thing throughout their channel, that they'd want to talk about a few different things, and that's what I intend to do. So I have some gear that I bought right in the beginning. One of my DSLR, and a few audio items and that type of thing. So I do intend to use them. Actually, now I'm not even using my ring light, but again, in my next videos, I intend to bring a few of those types of things together. This is more of a blog and a hello, and letting you know what I'm up to, and fulfilling my personal goals. So I do want to learn a little bit more about the DSLR that I bought, a good almost 10 years ago. I think maybe around that. It's the Canon. It's the EOS 550D, or people know it as the Rebel T2i. So I mean, it was a quite a good camera, and it was really like I was mentioning it before, it was a bit of a breakthrough camera for video, filming and that type of thing, explicitly for this purpose. And so I was wondering, am I going to get a Nikon, or am I going to get a Canon? Am I going to what? I mean, Sony wasn't really on the scene just yet. I think that they kind of broke through a little more than they did in the past with their mirrorless camera series. So they're starting to get into some more serious lenses for their mirrorless cameras, and the cameras are starting to perform a bit better. But I have this old camera. I'm gonna, and from what I see online, it's still pretty relevant and it's worth learning. And so I'm thinking of just learning with what I have, and starting my first series with it. And I think the first series will be about this camera, and not really about this camera specifically, but other gear as well. So video gear, I think, might be my first playlist series. So and I'll start looking at the different functionality of this camera. I know there are a lot of surprise things. Actually, I broke out the manual, and just looking at the parts list, I was actually surprised at some of the things that were available for this camera. First of all, you can get a remote for it. There's a sensor right up on the front here, and there's also there's a wired remote jack here as well. The battery, I always thought it was a drag that I had to carry around a bunch of batteries if I'm going to be using this at home and have to, wait for this battery to charge. And, there's like a limit to how much I can film. It's really, the battery life is a limitation. But there is another battery that you could put a DC cable into and just have it power it up all the time. And so I didn't buy it. I don't know if it's still available to buy, but I'll see if that is available. I imagine that I'll start using this camera, and then I'll be tempted to buy something better, and so I'll let that happen. But until then, I plan to just learn as much as I can. The concepts from this camera translate to others. I just want to master some of those concepts. The ISO shutter speed and aperture and all that stuff, and how they all play together, and how I should set my camera up for optimal viewing. So that's one thing, and naturally I wouldn't mind continuing a vlog style video. I imagine that some of these videos might come like not on a very regular basis, but as I post, they'll be organized into the different series. Hopefully on a semi-regular basis, as I'm pretty inspired now, so I'm hoping to stay inspired. And by the way, I do know that this recording is glitchy. My current feelings about that is that my computer is hot, and I need to probably first of all clean out all the fans and all the gear inside my computer. So this room does get very hot. So I imagine a bit of this glitchiness is directly kind of related to that. Now I am actually looking at the speed fan program, and I see that one of my temperatures is 77 degrees, which is quite high for what I want it to be at. So I don't have a cooling system, and it's a regular PC, Windows 7 currently still. I loved Windows 7. I kind of sad to see it fade into history. I'll probably go to Windows 10. But in any case, those are my plans. I do want to post regularly, and again, it will be about a few different topics. And I would love to hear some suggestions. One friend of mine, Rod, so he had made the suggestion that there was a video that I had made, I believe, with this camera. It was just as I was excited about getting it a long time ago, and it was a small little video, in a cinematic view, and I had there's a piece of software, like it's a bit of a hack kind of software, enabling some of the video options on here, or let's say expanding the ability to tweak the camera to better enhance the video. And so I made a short little clip, and it was had a bit of music into it, and it looked nice at the time. And so and he had asked, well, why don't I show people how I did something like that? And I think that will come. Probably what I'll do first is show what the camera can do and then how I'm going to use it. And I do intend to use it. So probably some how-to type videos will come out, and I'll sort that into its own series as well. So I'm hoping to have some good things for you in the future. Stick with me and and add comments. Just say, hey Jangs, what's why don't you do this, or I'd like to see this type of thing. So give me your suggestions, and they're always welcome. So I'm going to tie this one up now, and I think I believe I'll be showing some other links up here. So just click on one of them, and I'd be happy. All right, take care. Talk soon.